So today I'm joined by a man that you probably know from the boxing ring, MMA, WWE, and a few films as well. Butterbean, thank you very much for talking to me today.
Hey, it's great being here, my friend.
No problem. So I suppose we'll start off with, we're going to go down a different line with this interview because you're kind of sick of being asked the same things over and over and over and over and over again. So what I want to know off the bat is, how has lockdown affected your life to start with?
Well, I had a lot of appearances and things lined up. That's how I make my living now. And all of them went crazy. So I started doing social media pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So it changed my life a lot.
And in terms of social media,
I'm sorry, I'm very old school. So, social media is something I'm not used to.
Yeah, because I was talking to you the other day and you were telling me about the TikTok you have. And I was like, fucking hell, like, I don't even have a TikTok. But then I logged in, I signed up, and I went on yours, and I seen, like, it's blown up crazy. Why do you think that is?
Well, people, I'm one of the few people that fight to have a fan base that, they will actually communicate with their fan base. If somebody gets hold of me on TikTok and, replies to a video or something I try to answer back to them. It's a good way for me to be able to touch base with my fans.
Do you think that you're gaining a lot of new fans from doing that, or do you think it's a lot of people that have seen you throughout the years?
Well, I mean, with all the YouTube stuff out there, people seen me, or they're learning me for the first time.
Yeah, so you reckon there's a lot of new people finding out who you are and what you do as well through that?
Well, I don't think the new people yet, because all these are people that's already known me. The new people is going to come shortly after, once all these new people will start sharing and following my videos.
Yeah. I seen one of the videos the other day where a guy came up to you. Was that at a convention? He said, "Oh, it's the guy from Jackass," he said.
Oh, yeah, that was from it. That's got 900,000 views, I think, now, real right at it.
It was, I think
I'm also doing, I've never got a tattoo. This weekend I'm getting a tattoo, and I'm going to actually do it live on TikTok.
Yeah.
My TikTok handle is Butterbean, King of 4 Rounds. I'm the king of the 4 rounders, so no better name than that.
That's all going to be put in the description of this video as well for people that are watching this that don't follow.
Thank you.
No problem. But is there any clues or hints to what kind of tattoo you're going for or where you're going for it?
Well, right now I'm gonna do. I've always had an idea of doing a tattoo, and my beautiful wife, I want to put her face on a pinup.
Yeah.
The old style pinup from the 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
I want to put a pinup of my wife's face on it, but I'm not sure what kind of pinup yet. So I'm letting the TikTok people and Facebook people, mostly TikTok, decide which kind of tattoo that I'm going to get. And I'm going to do the whole side of my arm. So it's going to be a big tattoo.
It's going to be on the arm, is it?
Yeah, it's going to be on my right arm.
Yeah. It's going to be a tribute to your wife.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Should be delighted with that, surely.
But see, that way, if I get rid of her, then it's just a pinup, so who would know the difference?
Yeah.
I've had her for 30-something years, so I think I'll keep her.
I think she's a lucky woman.
I think so too. We won't tell her head will blow up.
No. In terms of followers then on social media, where do you see the demographics from? Is it mainly stateside, or what countries do you find yourself popular in?
I'm going to be honest, England, Scotland, all over Europe. I mean, I got as many European fans as I do as American fans.
Yeah.
South Africa, it is crazy how big the social media is. I got fans all over the world, didn't even know I had.
Have you ever been to Ireland?
I haven't. I've always wanted to go.
That's where I'm from. You should come to Ireland sometime. Be a big hit here as well.
I have a lot of fans from Ireland, Scotland. I mean, a lot of them.
A lot of them in the UK as well.
Oh, without a doubt. They're fight fans. I mean, they like to watch the fights.
Do you have a Twitter handle?
No Twitter yet.
Yeah, because I was on Twitter the other day, and then I was like, I couldn't find you on it, so I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't have Twitter. But a lot of people say...
Right now I have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. TikTok is the newest one I got. I got it 16 days ago. And
Is that
I'm at
all?
like 60-something thousand followers already. It's only 16 days.
That's crazy. I thought you had that for a long time, judging by those
No,
numbers.
I got it like last week.
Wow. And you
I
must
have
be...
a pretty fan base. I really do.
Yeah, but you must be touching on probably overall then over 1 million views nearly.
Oh, with all three, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. I was reading up online, you're in the restaurant business as well.
Yeah, I have a restaurant. I've owned one for probably the last 15 years.
And how is that working out now where you are over there? Is it has to close, is it?
No, we've been open. We went to takeout only, and basically, I'm retired from the restaurant business. But all my kids have a full-time job, and I kind of govern what kind of food we sell.
Yeah.
You know, we do barbecue and steak, so we got awesome food.
And it's going well for you still, even during these troubling times.
Well, you know, a lot of it, if people couldn't get groceries, you know, they got shortage here with buying groceries, so our food distributor was able to get groceries, so I sold it to them at cost.
Brilliant.
So people could actually eat at home without, you know, and I didn't make no money, but I grew fans. I grew customers down the line.
So you just done it for the love of the people, really.
You need to. Karma goes a long way.
Yeah. Especially in these times, anyway.
I think so.
Yeah. In terms of your career highlights, we'll say, what do you think is you've had, what is it, over 300 professional fights?
Yeah, altogether over 300. It's crazy.
Does anything stand out for you in that time?
Well, there's a couple fights, like one in boxing. Louis Monaco, he fought a lot of big names. I knocked him out in the first round, which was a pretty good knockout. And then in Pride, in MMA, I fought a guy named Zuluzinho, and I submitted as a Brazilian purple belt. But if it wasn't for America's Top Team helping him, that would never happen.
Yeah.
You know, they helped me a lot.
I see you always read these things on the internet. You don't know if they're true or not. But I seen that your dream fight, we'll say, from a good few source websites, was Mike Tyson. Would that be fair to say?
It's come close. I mean, I don't know if it's ever come close, but there's been a lot of talk about it. And we've talked to Tyson himself. We've talked to Don King, but Kelly Finkel didn't want no part because he knew I could punch. Yeah. And I guess Tyson's always been this, you know, kind of, you never really know what's going to happen when you walk in there with a puncher. Yeah. You know, and I can knock anybody out on a given day.
So you think he was kind of scared, maybe that, not scared might be the right word.
Mike's a good friend of mine, but, you know, the promoters are always cautious. They got billions of dollars on the stake, and they don't want to take a chance.
Yeah, I know what you mean. This podcast, we're based around what I do normally is wrestling events. So what I normally do is viewing parties over in Ireland for the big wrestling events, the big WWE events.
Well, that's another one of my highlights in my whole boxing. In my career was Bart Gunn at WrestleMania 15 with WWF at the time. Now it's WWE, but back in the day it was WWF. But that's one of my highlight knockouts. I mean, I just demolished the man.
Because I seen on your social medias that you have pictures with Hulk Hogan and the Blue Meanie and different people like that. What did it mean to you to walk out at WrestleMania? Was it just another fight, or as a fan, was it something a little bit different?
Well, I had done 4 or 5 other pay-per-views with the WWF and some other non-televised events, but I really didn't realize how big it was till I got to the event, and people were lined up for days.
Yeah.
We got there days ahead of time to help do PR and things like that, and they were lined up for days, sleeping on the sidewalks. Then I realized how big it was.
And in terms of that match with Bart Gunn at WrestleMania, was that a straight match, or was it kind of...
No, it was 100% real shoot fight. I mean, you look at his head, you can't fake turning your head all the way around backwards.
Yeah.
Nobody's that good at faking it.
I only watched it maybe half an hour ago, just to refresh my memory of it. And he done the WWE Brawl for All, it was at the time, so... He was probably the toughest guy there at the time, but still he wasn't a legitimate boxer. Did you have any concerns going into that match?
No, I mean, I'll be honest. He should have come out swinging like he did with everybody else. It was 3 1-minute rounds, and I that's why I started in a tough man contest. So that was my old format, 3 1-minute rounds.
Yeah.
So he went and got a pro boxing trainer for a full year before the match. So don't let him fool you. His problem was he tried to box. He shouldn't have. He should have just went out there and brawled like, you got 1 minute. You just throw it all out there.
And did you talk to him after the event?
He was still dizzy. He was out for a couple days. He was in La La Land for a couple days after.
He never got hit that hard.
He's a great guy. He really is a good guy. He really is. But he was in La La Land.
Another person I have here that you put in La La Land was, of course, it always comes up, I know, Johnny Knoxville, Jackass. Yeah. How did that come about? How did you get into that Jackass, we'll say, circle?
Well, they called me up at my restaurant one day, and they said, this is, Johnny Knoxville and Jeff Tremaine from the Jackass show. We'd like to talk to Butterbean. The waitress goes, yeah, sure, hung up on him.
Yeah.
So they got, Justin Timberlake had called my restaurant. They'd hung up on him, and, because he wanted me to do a show with him. So they got a hold of me through, my Facebook, and which is, my Facebook, so you can post that for me.
I will.
And, they got a hold of me through my Facebook. Other than that, they get hung up on for some. Well, I mean, who's going to believe that they're calling my place?
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a prank.
Yeah.
So when you went in there and done that scene where you knocked him out, I suppose a lot of people are wondering, similar to the wrestling, how much of that was not scripted, but did people there know what was going to happen? No.
Okay, now we got permission from the store owner, but he was out of town.
Yeah.
So nobody in there knew what was going to happen, and we had to get out there quick before the cops come because you can't fight in the street. It ain't legal. So we had to get it done and get out of there pretty quick.
It was really funny because you hit him good, but then he hit his head, I think, on the way down and busted himself open.
Yeah, he had a big GQ magazine shoot the next day, and he had that big bandage on his head because he busted it open pretty good.
But he would wear something like that like a badge of honor, though.
Oh, without a doubt.
He was probably secretly delighted. I remember he got up afterwards and says, "Is Butterbean okay?"
Yeah. I mean, what he really said, he wanted to know if it was funny or not because he didn't want to have to do it again. The Butterbean okay was only after take they actually did on the whole shoot.
Yeah. I suppose, because I'm from Ireland, I'll ask you about him. What do you think of Conor McGregor?
He's tough guy. I mean, to step into boxing with Floyd, if there's a real fight, I don't see it as a real fight. Floyd carried him. He just wasn't. He's not the caliber Mayweather is. And I'm not a Mayweather fan. I was wishing McGregor would have dropped him, but I would love to see Mayweather and him in the MMA fight. Now there's a fight. I don't care what format they fight at. Do a winner take all. You're gonna see a real fight.
Do you think Floyd kind of toyed on him for a lot of that match?
I really don't know. Like I said, if you put the thing up there, the winner gets paid, the loser gets a quarter of it. A set figure, you get this amount, you get that amount. They're both they both won. When you make over $20 million, $10 million, how can you lose?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go home with $1 in my pocket and say, damn, I lost. I'm a winner no matter what. Woohoo!
Yeah. I think Conor's fighting soon now in the UFC again, and he hasn't fought in a while, so it'll be interesting to see if there's any ring rust there.
It's very possible that happens.
Yeah. So I suppose in terms of the future then on social media for you, do you see yourself expanding on any more platforms?
Well, I mean, there's another. It's similar to TikTok coming out. I'm really enjoying doing the videos and stuff. Like I said, on a Sunday at 4:00 Central Time, I'm going to do my tattoo live.
Okay.
So you want to know the real stories behind a lot of stuff, like WrestleMania, the Jackass, a lot of my life. Why I'm using a cane. I walk around with a cane now because I have a real bad hip. if you want to find out what's really going on and what has happened behind the scenes stories, some of the stuff that's happened at fights, people would not believe it. You want to watch my page.
Yeah, so you're going to be revealing a lot of secrets from over the years.
Well, a lot of stuff that, like how I really got my real nickname.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the true story where I got my nickname. Butterbean, that's a kind of a clever name, but who knows how I got it?
So it's going to be revealed on social media soon.
Yeah, I'm going to tell, I'm going to just get to meet and greet and talk to people.
Yeah. Are you planning on doing any meet and greets, when things get back to normal, like conventions around the world, or are you going to stay based in America?
Right now. Hey, I'm really going to have to cut this short quick because
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm doing another Skype call with a lot of good friends of mine. We all get together and talk once a week. Boss Rootin. I got a couple of American Gladiators, a couple of the old, the wrestlers. We got a little guys group talk that we got to, we get together and talk once a week, and that they just beeped in, waiting for me to come on that show.
It's no problem, and thanks a million for joining us. We'll keep an eye on the social media with Butterbean.
Hey, thank you, my friend. You have a great evening.
You too, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.